Good afternoon children and welcome back. Today we will be doing regulation of kidney functions. Children, if there is any increase in the blood pressure or decrease in the blood pressure, or if there is an increase or decrease in the blood volume is water level of the blood or the body, increases or decreases, all these will affect the formation of urine, or it will affect the GFR. What is GFR? The glomerular filtration rate. Okay. Now, so how is this regulated? Who will regulate all these increase and decrease of the GFR? So it is actually controlled by the hormonal feedback mechanism. Okay. Now first of this is regulation by ADH. Now what is this ADH? We'll see now. Now the changes in the blood volume, the volume of the water content of the body is decreased. It will activate the certain osmoreceptors in the body. There are certain osmoreceptors in the body, right? So this will detect the change in blood volume, right? And this will stimulate our hypothalamus of the brain. Stimulate hypothalamus of the brain to release ADH. Now what is ADH? It is antidiuretic hormone. Just now lately the last class I told you what is ADH, right? Antidiuretic hormone. So this will stimulate, this antidiuretic hormone helps in increasing the blood volume. How does it help in increase? By reabsorbing water from the renal tubules, different areas of the renal tubules, right? So osmoreceptors detect the change in the blood volume. It will activate the osmoreceptors. Okay, the osmoreceptors will stimulate the hypothalamus to release ADH. In ADH, H will help in reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules, thereby increasing the blood volume. Okay. Now automatically the osmoreceptors get shut down. Okay, it will stop its feedback. Okay, right. So ADH, one more function it has got. ADH will constrict the blood vessel. It is vasoconstrictor, resulting in an increase. What is vasoconstrictor, children? It will constrict the diameter of the blood vessels, thereby increasing the blood pressure. The blood has to flow inside these tubes with a greater pressure. Okay, and this increases the glomerular blood flow as well as increase in GFR. Okay, right. The second mechanism is by JGA. Now what is this JGA? It is juxtamedular apparatus. Juxtaglomerular apparatus. What is this juxtaglomerular apparatus now? It's a cell modification found between the afferent arteriole and the distal convoluted tubule. Inside the kidneys, they are also closely packed, right? And where there is a connection between afferent arteriole and the distal convoluted tubule, there certain cell get modified to form the JGA apparatus. Okay. Now JGA, so how does this work now? So this will help egg fall in the glomerular blood flow. Then when there is blood pressure is low and the blood flow to the glomerulus is less or reduced, then it will activate this JG cells to release renin. What does it release? What does JGA release now? It will release renin. And when does it release? When the blood flow to the glomerulus is reduced, when the blood pressure is low. Okay, there is this JGA will release a substance called a hormone called as renin. Okay, now what does this renin do now? The renin will convert angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1 and angiotensin 2. Okay, so what does it do? Renin helps in the conversion of angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1 and 2, right? And this angiotensin 2 is a vasoconstrictor. Vasoconstrictor means it will constrict the blood vessels. Thereby, it will increase the blood pressure. Thereby, it will increase the glomerular blood pressure. Flow of blood to the glomerulus increases, and thereby it will alter the GFR. Okay, so what does it detect? Reduced blood flow, that is reduced blood flow to the kidneys or glomerulus will help in the stimulation of this JGA to release renin. Renin converts angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Now this is a powerful vasoconstrictor. Children, you remember blood reduced blood flow to the kidney is reduced. So we have to increase blood flow. So that is, how does it do? By vasoconstrictor, and thereby increase in the blood flow, right? Okay, and angiotensin 2 is also activates or stimulate the secretion of another hormone from the adrenal cortex region. What is the adrenal gland? Where is this present? It is the gland present above the kidneys, adrenal gland. Adrenal again has two regions, cortex and medulla. Every organ has got a cortex and medulla, I told you, right? So this, from the adrenal cortex region, a hormone is released which is called as aldosterone. What is that hormone's name? Aldosterone. And this aldosterone again helps in the reabsorption of water, sodium, etc. from the renal tubules. Okay, children. So what this system is also called as renin angiotensin aldosterone system. Renin angiotensin aldosterone system. Okay, so this will again, this angiotensin is again stimulating adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. Aldosterone will help in absorption of sodium and water from the renal tubules, right? And the third one is the by regulation by ANF. What is ANF? It is atrial natriuretic factor. Atrial natriuretic factor, which is released from the heart, atrium of the heart. Okay, now this works against the JGA apparatus, opposite in function to the JGA. Now this will ANF is stimulated or released when there is excess blood flow to the kidneys. The other one was reduce in the blood flow. Renin is released when there is less blood flow to the heart, kidneys. Now this ANF factor is released by the atria when there is excess blood flow to the glomerulus or the nephrons. Okay, now so it will increase, it will help in causing, so this ANF will cause vasodilation. All the first and second was vasoconstrictors. Okay, now this one is vasodilator. Vasodilator means increase in the width of the arteries and the tubules, the blood vessels, and thereby decrease in the blood pressure. Decrease the blood pressure and therefore glomerular pressure, and therefore alter GFR. Okay, children. So what is released by the atrium of the heart? ANF. What is ANF? Atrial natriuretic factor, which is secreted in response to the increase in the blood pressure, and thereby it will helps in vasodilation and this will result in lowering of blood pressure and thereby GFR. Okay, children, this is a very, very important topic. Okay.